All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our ACN Opportunity Virtual Business Overview. My name is Aaron Burke. I'm going to serve as your host and your moderator for this afternoon's call. And it's my absolute pleasure to be the voice you hear to represent ACN today. What we're going to do is play a short 2-minute video to bring you up to speed on exactly what we are as an opportunity. I know whoever invited you on the line is extremely excited for you to take a look at the possibilities that ACN can hold for your family. So what I'm going to do at this point in time is share my screen, play the video, and when that's over, I have the absolute honor to introduce today's keynote speaker.
Right now, someone is watching TV, shopping online, sharing on social media, scrolling a news feed, cooking, turning on lights, texting, paying with a credit card, and someone is definitely making a phone call. Now, imagine earning income through your very own business every time a customer pays a bill for services they're already using anyway. With ACN, you can. With a 27-year track record of success, ACN is the largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Today, we operate in 27 countries and have offices throughout North America, Europe, Latin America, Asia, and the Pacific. We're constantly evolving our portfolio of products to stay ahead of what millions of consumers and businesses need and use every day. Now, ACN has added identity theft protection through ID Seal to its suite of essential services. Thanks to ACN's innovative mindset, we're just getting started, and the world is taking notice. Inc. magazine also recently recognized ACN as a private titan, a designation reserved for the largest and most iconic privately held companies in the world. This is your opportunity to establish your very own ACN business, offering the essential services that people and businesses already use every day, and an opportunity to get paid every time they pay a bill for these services. It's your life. Imagine earning an income on your own terms. That's what ACN is all about, and now you can be a part of it.
All right, fantastic. Every time I get a chance to take a look at that video, I just get so excited about what ACN has become. An opportunity that is now in 27 different countries on 5 different continents, and just over the last 5 years alone has done $4 billion in sales. So needless to say, the track record of the company is impeccable. And today I have the absolute honor to introduce someone who really needs no introduction in ACN circles. But to those of you who are on the call right now, taking the first look at the opportunity to make a decision for yourselves, you are going to hear from the vice president and co-founder of ACN, the individual who is the architect for the blueprint that is our compensation plan. So without further ado, this is Vice President and co-founder of ACN, Mr. Tony Kupas. Thanks for being on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aaron Burt, and you'll learn a little bit more about Mr. Aaron Burt by the end of this presentation. But I do want to say thank you to everyone listening to this. Our goal is just simply to share this message about ACN. We believe that what we're sharing with you, and I can tell you, I believe with every cell in my body, this is one of the single greatest business opportunities you're going to see in our lifetime for most people. And I say that because, look, we live, if you live in America, you live in Canada, this is the land of the free, the land of opportunity. But if you don't come from the right background or you don't have the right set of circumstances, it's not always easy. If you don't have the right education, if you weren't born in the wealth, or you don't have a lot of money saved, it's hard to make money in this great country. So I look at what we're doing as an incredible business opportunity, unlike anything you've ever seen before. And by the time I'm through, I promise you, it's gonna make a lot of sense to you. When we launched this company in 1993, our initial vision was simple. We just love the idea of offering a service instead of a product like everybody else, but not a service, an essential service, something that everyone's going to use anyway, something that is a part of our daily lives. And 27 years ago, we started out with home phone service. And today we've evolved into all kinds of services that people use. We're now in 27 countries around the world. We've done billions in sales, acquired millions of customers. We have an incredibly successful track record. And that's good news. But the better news is the industries that we are in are so massive in size. They're so big that we barely scratched the surface, which means that listen to this, folks, after 27 years, We have less than 0.1% market penetration. That means 99.9+% of the people out there are still not our customers. And all that means is leverage for growth. Where do you find a company that has a 27-year success track record and at the same time is as ground floor as you would ever want any concept to be? And that's what we are. So let me show you why. I'm going to share my screen and get into this presentation. The reason for this is simple. It's because if you look at all the services that we offer, wireless is mobile phone service, high-speed internet, bundled services like television and home phone service, or just standalone television service, energy, which is gas and electricity. You can choose those providers in certain states and around the world. Security and automation, payment processing, identity theft protection. If you look at all of these services and you look at the companies that we're partnered with right below them, those logos, those are the best companies and some of the most iconic companies in the world. But ACN is a platform that allows us to offer all of these services. And when you look at them together and collectively, we're talking about $1 trillion a year that's being spent. I don't even like to talk about those large numbers because it's really too hard to comprehend. But $1 trillion a year, that's how big the opportunity is. And that's why we're so leveraged for growth going forward. They're not only the largest industries in the world, believe it or not, they're still the fastest growing industries in the world. The reason we're highlighting identity theft protection, it's our newest product that we're offering. This is the first product we've ever offered where everyone wasn't already using it. There's only about 15% of the people in the United States that has any ID theft protection. And the reason why is I think people just simply lack awareness at this point of how important this actually is. You know, even if you're a private person, or you're cautious, you know, the major companies that house our information, companies like Marriott, Facebook, Equifax, and the list goes on and on. These companies are getting attacked by cyber criminals. And the private information which they house happens to be our personal information, gets on the dark web, and criminals can purchase that. And they can steal our identities, and they can do crazy things like take out loans in our name, drain bank accounts, commit crimes or fraud in our name, and we have to deal with this. So when you get trained, you'll learn more about this product, but we are beyond excited about it because this is an emerging industry. We believe everybody is going to have this product in the not too distant future. It's going to be as common as car insurance or health insurance because obviously all the things that we insure today are important, but our IDs are equally, if not more important than a lot of the things that we insure. The good news is we have the best product in the industry, easy to sign up for. Once you do, you will feel protected. So you'll learn more about that in the training. Now, whether it's ID theft protection or any one of these services that we're offering to consumers, we're not only providing them value, but we're also making a difference. We feed children every time someone becomes one of our customers. It's through Project Feeding Kids. They work with Feeding America and Food Banks of Canada. We all know that child hunger is a big problem right here in the US and Canada, and we just want to do our small part. So every time someone becomes a customer, we're not only building a business, we're also making a small difference by feeding children. Now, when you look at what we do compared to what most of the companies do, we have a completely different business model. Most companies, or I'll say service providers, they use traditional forms of marketing like media advertising, internet marketing, or traditional sales offices. That's how they get their customers. ACN, instead, we partner with individuals just like you. And what's powerful about what we do is that normally, if you want to make money in any of these industries I'm talking about, you normally can't as an individual. You either have to be a large company or very wealthy, because it takes millions of dollars to start your own service provider. What we love about ACN and what we're passionate about is that we empower people. We have actually taken this opportunity that was reserved for big businesses and brought it right down to the individual. Now, two great things come from this. One is we're providing more choices for consumers. And two, we're providing a unique business opportunity for an individual that you can't get anywhere else. And here's how it works. When you get started with ACN, you sign up online. It's simple. You're going to get your very own personalized online store. It's a website. It's personalized to you. And once it's set up, it allows you to do business anywhere in the world that ACN operates in all 27 countries completely seamlessly. Now, you can direct people to your website and they can shop for any of the services that we offer, or they can simply sign up online. And for services that are more complex, like television, home security, services like that. There's a lot of questions people have, different packages. Each of our partner providers, they also come with operators that will help walk your customers through any questions they have and simply sign them up right there online. We also handle all of the business reporting, tracking, any online tools that you need, and all of the back-end customer support. Each of our providers also provide customer support. So if a customer has a question about their bill, their service, or want to change something, they're not going to call you. They're going to call the service provider that they're with and use their customer support. So it's basically a business that's set up completely 100% for you, where all you need to do is just simply send people to your online store. They sign up and ACN does the rest. It's as simple as that. And how you make money is you make money in two major ways. You make money in upfront money and you make back-end money. And the upfront money is what you earn upfront for getting customers. So for example, in your first 30 days when you start, or every calendar month from that point forward, every time you acquire 3 customers totaling 3 services, you'll earn $75. Get a couple more, 5 services, you'll earn $200, plus you'll earn an additional $200 for every 3 services. So if you acquired customers totaling 8 services, that equals $400, 11 services, $600, and so on. There is no limit to the amount of customers you can acquire in each and every calendar month. Now that's the upfront money for getting customers. And that's the good part, but the better part is the back end. The back end is the company pays you a percentage of all of your customers' bills when they pay their bills every month, not 1 month, every month. Now, this is very powerful because most people know, what it's like to earn linear income. That's where you trade your time for money, or even a better word is active income. You have to be actively working to get paid. So whether it's salary, whether it's commission, bonus, or some kind of combination, if you don't work, you don't get paid. The power of what we're doing is every time you acquire a customer, you do something one time, you're getting paid over and over and over and over again for the life of that customer. Now, people ask me, how do I get to the 20%? And we'll teach you that in training. It's a sliding scale. The more customers you get, the higher of a percentage you can earn. It goes from 3 to 5 to 10, all the way up to 20%. The nice thing about the way our residual income works is that every time you get an increase, whether it's 3 to 5 or all the way up to 20%, that increase not only applies to your future customers from that point on, but we raise every one of your customers that you've acquired since the very first one up to the 20% mark. Now, why is that important to know? That means you can work at your own pace. Just, think about how, what you can do in a week, or what you can do in a month. What can you do over the next year? What can you do over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? It all accumulates over time. Every time you get a new customer, or you help an existing customer get an additional service, you're increasing your revenue, therefore increasing your residual income. Just imagine the possibilities. Now, if I stop there, I think this is enough. I think people would say, wow, that makes complete sense. But it doesn't stop here. There's more to it. For the big thinkers, if you want to build a team of other people, so obviously if it makes sense to you, it'll make sense to somebody else. If you know anybody else that would like to set up their own online store just like you, and you introduce them to ACN, and they get started, they get paid the exact same way that you do. They get their own personalized online store, they get upfront bonuses, and they get up to 20% of their customers. But because you were the one that led them to our company, you are rewarded with overriding income. And that income comes in the form of upfront bonuses. So you can see here, you can earn between $50 and as high as $300 when your team acquires customers. And we'll break that down in training for you so you understand it more clearly. But more importantly, you earn 4% of all of the commissionable revenue generated by their customers. Now think about what I'm saying. Imagine having a team of 1, 2, 5, 10, for you big thinkers, 20 or more people that all have their own online stores. They're all getting customers for the same reason that you are, but every time they get a customer, your residual income goes up because you're getting 4% of what they're doing. Now, what this is a wealth principle where you can utilize the efforts of other people. Look, every one of us have said to ourselves at one point or another, how great would it be if we could duplicate ourselves? What if there was just more than one of us working together as a team? How much more could we accomplish? And that's what overriding income allows you to do. It allows you to leverage your time by employing the efforts of other people. Now, everyone's self-employed, but you're getting paid on everything that they do. The only people that are typically used to something like this are residual income and all this stuff is let's say actors or musicians, where they get royalties every time their commercial is played. Well, now you have a chance to be paid the exact same way. It's called big business. Now, for those of you that want to move forward, we have a game plan in place. Everyone starts the same way. You become an independent business owner, and then you hit these goals, CQ, ETL, RD, and eventually you want to work yourself to the top of SVP. Think of this as nothing more than a game plan or a business plan. And as you move to the right, two great things are happening. One, your business is growing. And two, we give you incentives. We give you increased residual income, increased bonuses. We give you incentive trips, all kinds of great things. So you definitely want to move your way to the right. Now, I can tell you this, without going into all the details, if you work your way to the top position of ACN called SVP, I can't promise you you'll do that. That's up to you. But I can promise you this, if you do it, you'll be very happy with the business that you've built. As a matter of fact, the gentleman that started this presentation, he didn't tell you, but I'll tell you. He's a SVP. He's a senior vice president in this organization. He has built a massive business. And if it wasn't for people like him, we would not be the company that we are today. I'm going to turn the
All right, fantastic. Well, listen, I really appreciate a world-class presentation, Mr. Kupish. You're on fire. Well, appreciate a world-class presentation, Mr. Kupish. You're on fire as usual. And I can speak on behalf of all senior vice presidents and truly let you know it is definitely worth it to get to this position. I remember when I saw ACN, 17, almost 18 years ago as a school teacher in Baltimore City, I really needed something extra. I remember countless times, being paid on Friday morning, but already being broke on Thursday night, literally having too much a month at the end of my money, if that makes sense. And I was approached by a very close friend that I trusted, had a lot of credibility with me about ACN. And so I took a serious look at it. And when I saw it and the ability to get paid off essential services made complete sense to me. So I had no questions and got in the same day. Within 8 days, I found myself in a profitable position. And with 8 months, I was able to make this my full-time gainful employment. So I don't know if that will happen for everyone. I did work extremely hard. It was not easy. I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into building this thing big. But if some financial relief is what you're looking for, we can help you put your hands on that right away. The same way we've helped countless people across the globe do so. As a matter of fact, I have a few people on the line with me right now to share with you the success that they've had with our company. The first person I want to bring on is a brand new independent business owner. They just got started March the 27th, but are having a tremendous amount of respect. Allow me to bring to the call top executive team leader, Miss Erica Lowe.
Thanks, Aaron.
Hey, you look great. Let's hear from you.
Thanks. So I'm Erica Lowe, like Aaron said. I'm a full-time mom, and I do work full-time for NASA. And then I'm also in school full-time to be a doctor of radiation oncology. So I have my plate full for sure. But I was introduced to ACN by a really good friend of mine. She was someone that I did trust incredibly. So I did get started because she made me so comfortable with it. In my first 26 days, I have been able to acquire 8 business partners. I have also been able to acquire 100 energy customers by myself, and my team has also been able to acquire 100 energy customers. So we have a total of 200 energy customers in whole, which is awesome. And the upfront bonus money that I've made, I've actually been able to pay for 2 semesters out of pocket for my schooling. And I've also been able to pay off some vendors for my wedding that I'm having in April.
Well, congratulations, Erica. You're having a tremendous amount of respect. If you don't mind me asking before we move forward, before ACN, have you ever done anything like this before, or is this all new to you?
It's all new to me. I was offered to do like the Tupperware, or, a lot of people have offered Mary Kay, but it just wasn't something for me. This is a lot different, and I believe in this a lot more for sure.
Thank you so much for your time. And listen, all you're showing people is that no matter what your background is, no matter how busy you are, when you decide to make something happen, it is definitely it is definitely available to do so. So congratulations on your hot start with ACN. We look forward to you getting promoted to regional director very soon. Congratulations again. The next
Thank you.
person I want to bring on is a regional vice president with ACN, someone who has, just been a great leader in our company out of Killeen, Texas. This is Mr. Kenneth Kerr.
All right, good evening, everyone. And so my name is Kenneth Kerr. Thank you, Mr. Burt, for allowing me to be on this call, and Mr. Coopers for the awesome presentation. Before ACN, I did 8 years active duty Army. I got blown up in Iraq, medically retired, and I started looking for different ways of making money. And because I couldn't work a regular 9-to-5 job, my dad told me to check out network marketing. And so I did, just like they had mentioned, the Mary Kay's, all those different companies in the world like that, the network marketing companies. I did a juice company, and I had some great success with the company, but when people got healthy, lost the weight, got in shape, they stopped buying my juice. And so I took a look at ACN for the first time and was blown away by the concept of getting paid off of services. I mean, everybody has to pay bills, and I know I had to pay bills and I couldn't ever pay them off. And since I couldn't work a 9-to-5 job and do the things that others can do on the job, when I dove right into ACN because it made sense to me, is giving me the financial freedom and time freedom. And sometimes I am sick and can't work the jobs, I can't do anything. But one thing is true, the ACN is done for me, and it's created residual income that doesn't stop. So when I can't work and my body is not able to do the things I can't do because of the injuries I've received, residual income keeps on coming. So in times like this is when ACN is important. And so currently, by building the business, I currently have about 60 personal customers, but my team and I, we have over 7,000 customers collectively. And I owe all my support to the training and support system that ACN has in place for us. So thank you.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for your service, Mr. Kenneth Kerr. I mean, it's a really big deal, for someone like you to get involved with our company, and we just have so much respect for you. And we just thank you for your service to our country. And, we're glad you're happy. We're glad you're healthy. And more importantly, we're glad you've been able to build a tremendous residual income through this opportunity. And we look forward to that continuing the legacy for your family. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. No matter what your background is, no matter if you've done anything like this before, if you're busy or not, we have everything in place for you to win because we have the training and support, and we're going to hold your hand every step of the way. And I'll turn the call back over right now to Mr. Kupis so he can explain to you the next steps for you to get enrolled as an IBO.
Thanks again, Aaron. And Erica, thank you so much for sharing your story. Kenneth, thank you for sharing your story. And I also want to say thank you for your service as well. We appreciate what you shared with us today. If anyone that has interest from this point forward, this industry has been around for a long time, and one of the reasons that we just loved starting ACN is, again, the whole idea of offering services people are using anyway just made sense to us. Taking a slice of massive industries that already exist, there's so much opportunity. It's really hard to comprehend. We've always said from the day we launched ACN is that we believe with all of you collectively, we can eventually become the largest direct seller of all time. And I don't think that we believe we're going to do that because we're smarter than other people or that we work harder than other people, because I think there's a lot of hardworking, very intelligent people out there. I just think the business that we have combined with all these services just makes sense. There's $1 trillion on the table if you look at all the services that we're on that people are already spending money on. I mean, imagine one day we could be a $5 billion company, a $10 billion company, and still there's still a chance that no one will know our name just because these industries are so large. So here's an opportunity to get a very thin slice of a very large pie, and every one of us can be as successful as we choose to be. For those of you that want to move forward, step number one, I recommend you to get trained. Please, as simple as this appears to be, if you don't go to training, you may not do the right things. And if you don't do the right things, you won't get the right results. So believe me, training is the first thing that I ask everybody to do. This Saturday, we're doing a training live, a Zoom presentation. It's going to have a great lineup of leaders. I'll be on it as well. We're going to basically cover all the basic things you need to do to effectively and properly launch your business. The teams that you guys are all a part of all have great leaders in them. They provide all kinds of training as well. We're also got product training every day. So the person who got you in this call will guide you to the next step, which is a training. Between now and then, for those of you that want to start up, just go to acn.com. You can get your online store set up there. Or again, the person who got you on the presentation, they will help you set up your online store. Once it's set up, Now you're able to go off and get customers. You're able to start building a team. But I always say, go slow to go fast. Don't go fast to go slow. Go slow to go fast. And what do I mean by that? Take the time to go to training before you start talking to everybody. In the meantime, if you do want to become a customer yourself, go to your own online store, look at the services that make sense to you, and you can sign up for your own service. Here's some great things come out of being your own customer. Number one, obviously, any of the services you use, you're going to see how great it was. You're going to see that there's value there. And once you believe in what you're offering to other people, then you become more powerful, because there's nothing more powerful than a satisfied customer sharing a service, not just someone who's in the business, right? And that's exactly what you're going to become, your own satisfied customer. Second thing that comes out of this is you learn how to sign up other people by signing up yourself. So you get educated. Third thing that comes out of this, being your own customer, is you now can earn residual income on your own services. Services you're going to pay for anyway, you might as well get a residual commission on your own services. For those of you that want to start building a team, my advice is just start with the people that are closest to you first. For example, on Saturday, we have a training. You can either go into that Saturday training all by yourself, or you can go in there and launch your business with 2, 3, 4, 5 people with you. How do you do that? We're doing 4 of these presentations every single day. We believe in training and we believe in support. Just like Mr. Aaron Burt mentioned to you, how did we build this company in 27 countries around the world? We have a system that we're going to show you how we can work together to make your business grow. And one of the things that we do is we provide trainings for you. We provide presentations for you. So for example, today at 7 o'clock, well, this is 5 o'clock right now. So we're in our 3rd presentation for the day. We have one more at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can actually invite some people on that presentation. Let us do the presentation for you. Let us answer the questions for you. Let us invite people to the training for you. Sit back and test us and watch what happens. That's what I'm asking you to do. So when I say the people closest to you, who would do this with you just because you're doing it and they would like to do it with you to have fun? Or who would become your customer just because you asked? We all have people that are so close to us that they would do anything to support us. Start with those people, and then after the training, then you could go beyond that. So how would I invite someone? I would just call someone I know and say, hey, listen, I just saw something that I think looks great, something we could possibly do together. I want you to check it out and get your opinion. If they ask questions, listen, I don't want to get into it. I just want you to see what I saw and the way that I saw it. And then I would love to get your opinion. That's all you have to do. Put them on the presentation. Let us do it and see what happens. So thank you all for your time. We'll see you on the next call. Have a good evening and be safe, everybody. Thank you.